try sending it to the back, see if that works.
Yeah, I might go look.
Yeah, look at my final score once, see if you like it.
Middle blocker number 5, Maggie Laporto. Libero number 7, Christina Cuda. Center number 8, Abby Buffalo. Right side hitter number 9, Ella Del Oso. Middle blocker number 10, Linda Parra-Perez. Defensive specialist number 12, William Betts. Middle blocker number 13, Sylvia Morrissey. Middle blocker number 16, Scoutley O'Neill. And the outside hitter number 17, Blair Newby. Assistant coaches are Brian Mosley and Kendall Gomez. And the head coach is Laurel Church. Now let's meet your Broken Arrow Lady Tigers. Outside hitter number 1, Maddie Hammer. Middle blocker number 2, Kelsey Peck. Center number 3, Ashton Oliver. Defensive specialist number 5, Leighton Tracy. Right side hitter number 8, Leah Owen. Defensive specialist number 11, Haley Robo. Middle blocker number 12, Sophia Armstrong. Right side hitter number 13, Abby Ash. Center number 14, Olivia Shane. Defensive specialist number 16, Sarah Sixton. Outside hitter number 18, Kim Leighton. Outside hitter number 26, Ashlyn Taylor. Middle blocker number 43, Emerson Peter. And middle blocker number 44, Tammy Ward. Assistant coaches are Sarah Sorolla, Kinsey Newland, Amaya Owens, Kelly Schottelmeyer, and the head coach, Ian Bullen. Let's get ready to play Broken Arrow Volleyball.
Well, we are finally back. The school year just 1 day away, and the first home event of the Broken Arrow athletics season. It's the BA volleyball team taking on Bishop McGuinness in the Broken Arrow Event Center. I'm Dylan Rivera alongside Kelly Schondelmeyer. It is a brand new year, Kelly. It is a fresh start for this Tiger team. They made it all the way to the state championship final last season. High expectations again this year.
100%. This is actually going to be a pretty exciting match. For those that don't know, Bishop McGuinness, they were the runners-up for the 5A championship last year, and that match, or they were the championship winners. I'm sorry, we were the runners-up, and it was a intense match. It played just before ours last year, and they did graduate 7 seniors, but so it's a little bit different looking team. But this is a way to go out to start off the season.
It'll be a great match. It'll be a great tone setter for how this season's going to go. You want to measure yourself up against the best, and especially if you can do it early, that gets you a good look at what is ahead for your season. For Broken Arrow, the first group out on the floor, number 11, Haley Roble will get the start as a defensive specialist. Leah Owens, number 8, she'll be one to watch all season long. She's currently ranked the number 2 player in the senior class in the state of Oklahoma. Kelsey Patton, number 2, and Emerson Metter, 2 middle blockers that will do a lot of damage all season long. The fresh face out there, number 3, is Ashton Oliver. You haven't seen too much of her on the varsity level, and she will be an impactful setter, replacing that spot that Lily Boswell leaves behind. And number 1 is Maddie Hammer. And a quick change already as Olivia Shanahan, number 14, checks into the match.
Yeah, Ash has been primed for this. One thing that Lily always did well for us last season was the setter dump, and Ash is known for that. So hopefully she'll be able to fill some of those shoes that were left behind, but it's going to look a little different this season, and I think it's going to be a good start.
The first group for Bishop McGuinness, number 4, Merritt Fuller, is back behind the team with the ball at her hands, getting ready to get us underway. Number 3 is Ariel Yappi, and she is the one to watch on the Bishop McGuinness side. Number 7 is Christina Kunath. Number 11, that's number 10, right up against the net, Melinda Parham-Karen. Number 9 is Ella Deloso. And number 5, Maggie Loporto.
Ashton Taylor just checking in for BA, as well as Sarah Sixkiller, one of our lead servers last year. She had one of the higher percentages, and she's back to be our first server today.
And an easy ace for her to get things started as well.
You always want to drop in right there at that hitter that doesn't know how to get out of the way with the pass.
So the Tigers very quickly up by 2. A little dump over.
That was that setter dump I was talking about.
McGuinness able to scramble and get it back over. Ball goes to the far side across the defense. Bishop McGuinness underneath it. Now back across, BA. Moving it around, getting it to Owens. Owens strikes too far.
Back to serve is Melinda, number 10.
Serve receive from Shanahan. Makes its way over to Ashlyn Taylor. Yappy gets it across. The set for Metter. Nice little gentle tip going off speed. McGuinness back over the net. Setting for Taylor again. A good block from McGuinness. 6-killer from the back line. Good rally going here. Taylor again over the far side. Yappy's blocked. McGuinness gets it back over to her. Again, she's blocked. Broken Arrow coming up big defensively. Shanahan sets up Taylor. Taylor pushes it over. And Metter's going to dump it down.
Emerson, perfectly placed ball right there to the donut. She took advantage of some of that movement that was happening, quick movement. We had a lot of one-handers out there, and most of the time the coaches, we hate that. But it worked in their favor. It kept the ball alive.
Emerson Metter, it's a steady force right up against the net. One of the better middle blockers in 6A this season. Yappy comes swinging around, sends it across. 6-killer gets it over. Pre-game conversation with Coach Bullen, he said Yappy's going to get a lot of chances at it, and you can see it here.
Yeah, she's definitely their all-around best player. The coach was talking about her earlier, just really speaking about her leadership on the team, and just the girls really respect her. So she's definitely going to be a force to be watching this season.
Olivia Shanahan serves it, and there's a point for the Tigers.
As we mentioned earlier, like they graduated 7 seniors, so the coach was talking about they only have 5 returning varsity players this year, so just a lot of little holes that they need to fix out, work out, and kind of how to gel together. And early in the season like that, you're going to obviously see that. We're doing the same on our side as well. So we actually have a lot of returning varsity players this year. We have a graduating class of 13 seniors this coming year. So currently our JV is going to be that next varsity team next year for us.
Good job by Shanahan to stretch out and get that one. 6-killer sends it over. Another block by the Tigers up front, and another point for Broken Arrow as well. They lead 7-1 now.
Yeah, the one benefit to having 6 in the back row is she's just another hitting threat. She's so good about coming in there for what we call the pipe, which is the middle hit there, and you're in back row attack, and she just executes it flawlessly.
Shanahan's serve goes into the net.
Got a little ahead of her toss on that one.
I will say, just from the outside looking in, it's good to see Olivia Shanahan out there for the opening match of the season. Was dealing with the injury last year, missed better part of the first few games, and eventually made her return about halfway through the season and helped in leading the Tigers to that state championship final.
Yeah, coming off of that ACL tear that she had during club ball, and then just had a little bit of a slow recovery and was finally able to join us back about mid-season, I guess. Can't remember exactly. Aaliyah back to serve for BA.
Owens just overshot the line. Owens, that's one of her strengths, is to serve the ball. Obviously misfired there, but I know that Coach Bowen is counting on her in some crucial moments this year to deliver from the start.
Ella Heron check in for Bishop.
6-killer gets underneath it. Owens diving for it and nearly rode into the bench for it, but it's a point for Bishop McGuinness.
I believe that's Abby Bucklew serving for Bishop. Yes.
Ball goes soaring out off of Ashlyn Taylor's hand.
Ash was another one that played part JV, part varsity last year. Was dealing with some hip injury stuff, so she was kind of rehabbing, but she's come back pretty strong so far, so hoping that she'll make a big impact.
There's a net violation there on Abby Ash.
That was a little two-ball touch is what they're calling that, and the rule has been changed this year a little bit. When there's no contact on the other team at that point, and it goes over, then that's going to usually be a two-ball touch.
Owens able to keep it up. Now across Ash. McGuinness over to Yappy. Off speed. Taylor pops it up. Owens to Patton, who puts it down.
You leave that center corner open, Kelsey's going to find it every single time.
A couple more changes for Broken Arrow. Hammer and Roble on the floor. I mentioned earlier that Aaliyah Owens, number 2 player in the senior class, according to Prep Dig Oklahoma. Point for Broken Arrow. Haley Roble is also climbing the ladder there in those rankings. And another crucial piece to this Tiger team last year that returns this season.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little versatility between Haley and Liv. Both of them are capable of playing libero or DS, depending on what's needed at that moment. So they both work really well together.
And Haley Roble picks up a service ace there. 11-6 now, Tigers in front. Nice little off-speed push from Ariel Yappy.
Ariel back to serve right now for Bishop, checking in to number 10, Melinda Parham.
Abby Ash sets up Owens. Somehow McGuinness able to keep that one up. Owens now setting up Maddie Hammer. Patton pops it up. Owens. Abby Ash across the defense. It's stopped. And just a misfire for McGuinness. Ball drops down on their side. Parham, Karen, too far underneath it.
Kelsey Patton back to serve for BA. The one benefit we had to just how that last ball started, that serve receive, is Abby Ash also sets as well, so we were able to put Aaliyah in the back row for that serve receive, and she was able to be a threat for that back row attack.
Owens sets up Patton on the back line. And a point.
Great swing, great read. They actually tricked me for a minute because I was looking at something else, and all of a sudden Kelsey comes straight through the middle there. It was a great pipe ball.
(13-7) as Patton sends it over. Roble lines it up for Abby Ash. And it's a point for McGuinness. It looked an awful lot like there may have been a deflection, and now the official's going to go over and discuss.
Yeah, our side looked pretty positive about that call, so I was curious what happened too. I was watching where it was landed, but I didn't see the net.
It looked an awful lot to me like the ball had changed direction a bit, like it was going right on the line and then veered off right quickly. So I think there was a touch from McGuinness, but it's hard to tell.
Some of these calls are all subjective, so you just never know which way it's going to go. But our girls look pretty positive. It looked like a good swing with Abby. I thought she was inside that antenna pretty well. So sometimes she has her what we call when we're swinging thumbs down, so her hands kind of coming on the inside of the ball and coming down and tucking into her pocket on the right. And so she sometimes will swing that, which will create that movement that makes it look like there's been a touch of some sort. So I don't know if that was what happened or not there on that particular play.
I said last year we needed to have a Kelly cam because you often will mimic what you're seeing. And it would be really helpful, I think, for our viewers to see it as well.
I can't help it. Communications major. I'm all about my hand movements here.
The point was awarded to Broken Arrow, so Patton gets to serve again, and it is now 14-7 BA.
I don't blame the coach for sending over a captain just to seek clarification. I'm not sure if you already said this, but this is the new coach for Bishop McGuinness. She was actually the varsity assistant for Mount St. Mary, who McGuinness played in the championship. So she said she always wanted to be a head coach. She's been coaching for like 10 years, coaches at Oklahoma Charge Volleyball Club, and got the opportunity and decided to take it. So she's brand new to them. But I think she's starting to kind of, she said she's just starting to get her footing and all that. Missed awesome Kelsey Patton ace right there before the timeout.
Speaking of trying to get footing, McGuinness is trying to do that now. 15-7, Broken Arrow in front here in the first match of the season.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh, wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
Back here live at the Broken Arrow Event Center, 15-7. The Tigers in front here in set number 1. First match of the season, first set of the season. Always some jitters with that, Coach Schondelmeyer, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, we have consistency in our coaching staff, but I know even Bishop McGuinness were talking about that and just saying, with new coaching staff, you have new expectations you're learning, new ways of play. And even for us, we do have a few new faces, and having a setter that hasn't been on varsity before with Ashton Oliver, the hitter's got to get used to her pace, and she's got to get used to the hitter's pace of the ball. And sometimes that's hard and it doesn't work right away, but they've been able to be pretty efficient here in that first set.
Well, Leah Owens got a point just a moment ago by simply poking the ball over the net. Looks like a pool stick against the white cue ball.
And I love seeing these back row attacks we're doing. I think last year we could have used it more, but man, we probably already had, 7 or 8 back row attacks, and several of them were kills. It's great that we have that versatility with a lot of our hitters.
Ball gets over the net. Roble underneath it. Now over to Hammer. Yappy does a nice job to send it back up to the front line. It's blocked by Broken Arrow, kept up by Metter. And the Tigers stay alive here on a very ugly possession here for both teams. Owens to Metter. Boy, this has not been the prettiest stretch of volleyball, but it's working. Roble, Hammer. Yappy's underneath it. Goes to the net, and a point for Broken Arrow.
The team looking at Kelsey on that one. She did a little, what we call a tomahawk pass, which is above your net with your hands are fisted. It's a very popular sand volleyball move. And so when people do it, you're like, you played sand, didn't you? But the team looked at her like that was going out. But when you're that tall, you kind of have a tendency to just reach for it.
Roble, Owens. Now Patton from the back line, too strong.
Back to serve for Bishop is their libero, number 7, Christina Kunith.
Roble can't get underneath that one. It's an ace for Bishop McGuinness. (18-9) now. Kunith goes off the net and gets a second one.
Man, I'll say this all season long. If I could have somebody that specializes in hitting the tape and it rolling over, man, they would be serving for me nonstop. It's so, there's literally nothing you can do as the serve and receive team.
This time Kunith fires it too far. And Broken Arrow gets one back.
Ashton Oliver back in to serve for Broken Arrow.
Our volleyball fans at home might need to be pretty patient with me as we get started this season. There's Ashton Oliver, Abby Ash, and Ashlyn Taylor.
Yes. I have 3 Kinsleys on my team, so there you go.
And you work with a Kinsley as well.
Yeah, that's true, Kinsey. I'm not sure what's happened during that year, and everyone named their kids Kinsley or Ashlyn or Ashton.
Apparently so, yeah. It'll be a little bit of a challenge for us to get this one started.
Number 4 back to serve is Merritt Fuller.
Owens puts it down and scores.
I mean, I could talk about their nicknames. AT is Ashlyn Taylor, but that's what we tend to call them sometimes. And Ashy is Ash Oliver. And
that might make it more confusing
hard. Yeah, I know.
if you just start throwing more at me.
Sarah Six-Killer into serve for Broken Arrow. Great short ball serve there for Sarah.
Goes over the far side. Six-Killer can't get underneath it. Great strike from Parham Karen.
That is actually one of the new standouts for her. She's a sophomore. The coach was telling me about her. It's her first year on varsity, and she's just getting critical varsity minutes this season already, and that was a great kill on her part.
Shanahan. Oliver, Six-Killer into the net. (2013) now. These two sides met last year, right around this same time. Bishop McGuinness got the victory 3-1.
The server needed to tie her shoe, but he already blew the whistle, and so she thought she had to hurry up and do it, and so tossed the ball and went. And he's like, no, you can tie your shoe. She was cute back there about that. Little joking going on between the up ref and the server.
Ashlyn Taylor was ready on the far side of it.
Out of rotation, BA. So sometimes people don't understand that if they have to wait until contact on the court or on the ball in order to make your shift. And sometimes it's an overlap thing, but sometimes it's an early movement. Great save by Ashton Oliver right there.
Oliver with fantastic hands. Taylor gets it over the net. Now Yappy, Six-Killer. And a little push from Oliver to that back corner. Nearly placed it perfectly. Six-Killer. Oliver. Owens. It's in.
Oh, it was in, kind of takes away from, because the down ref actually called in the net or across the center line. That's the one thing that transitioning from club ball to school ball. In club ball, you are allowed to go underneath the net as long as, cross the center line, as long as nobody's in play. But school ball, you can't even touch it. And so sometimes the girls we had a few earlier in even the freshman and JV game for that exact reason, and that's what happened right there.
Point for Broken Arrow, for Bishop McGuinness.
Yeah, no touch on that swing, so it's automatic side out.
On the floor for the Tigers is Owen, Shanahan, Six-Killer, Oliver, Taylor, and Patton. Yappy sends it into the net, and Broken Arrow gets the ball right back. Six-Killer, Owens, Ashlyn Taylor, and that'll be a point for Broken Arrow.
Great swing by Ash. So much power behind that ball. Obviously, they had a player that went completely underneath the net, so it was going to be ours regardless. But Ash really it's one of her strong suits as a hitter. She just has so much power behind that ball. I see them lift in weights all the time. We do weights all summer long, and she's one of them that definitely kind of will put weight on the bar and push herself a little bit. So just a lot of power behind that.
It's another timeout for Bishop McGuinness. 23-15 is the score line, so Broken Arrow just 2 away from taking the first set. I was going to mention last year that 3-1 set final. Broken Arrow took set 1 against this Fighting Irish squad. Bishop McGuinness rallied back to win the next 3. So following a similar pattern, but obviously you hope that history doesn't repeat itself.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know that stat, so I'm sure I was at the game, but
first set was 27-25 in favor of Broken Arrow. And then McGuinness got hot, 25-11, 25-22, and then 25-18.
I often tell my team, I don't care who shows up on the other side, it's who shows up on ours. So if we keep showing up like we have so far in this first set, we should be able to do some good things. 10 a ball right there, so side out for, or a point for us.
But I feel like that's one of the most difficult things about volleyball is both mentally and physically keeping that same level of play from start to finish.
100%. Girls go in there and they just get, I always say there's a difference between being confident and cocky. I'm cool with the confident, but when you start turning cocky, like you don't have to, keep the same intensity or we got this because we beat them by so many. That's not going to fly. The other team is going to want to beat you. I always kind of talk about one of my teams, and when Ash Oliver, who's the setter, when they were in 8th grade, we were down 8-20, and we came back and beat the team. And you should have seen all the fans. I'm just like, hey, who shows up on our side? That's what matters. And if you keep playing with that intensity, it's going to make a difference in the long run.
Great dig by Shanahan. She called for it and sent it over. And McGuinness to the far side, tried to nail Coach Bullen. And a point for Broken Arrow. And that actually rounds out set number 1. I lost track of the score there for a moment. It's 25-16. That wraps up set 1. Broken Arrow wins it. We'll take a commercial break in between the sets. Come right back here live on ArrowVision.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh, wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers.
Back at the Broken Arrow Event Center, set number 1 is all Tigers, 25-16 over Bishop McGuinness. And a great start to the new season. A lot of confidence that will come from that first set, especially against a talented team like Bishop McGuinness. Dylan Rivera here with Kelly Schondelmeyer. It's been a long build-up to this season, a lot of work this summer. Just put it into perspective for me. What has this varsity team been going through over the last few months to prepare for this moment?
Yeah, one thing that's, like I was mentioning, Bishop McGuinness lost a lot of seniors, and we lost several as well, but we have so many returning varsity players that, and they were all not in like different roles, because for example, Aaliyah Owens was kind of played right side, sometimes she played right back defense for us, other times she was all around outside, like she just shifted, her role shifted a little bit last year, and this year having to return to setting. I mean, the one thing really unique about this group, which kind of is emotional for me, is this was, when I came on staff, this was my first 7th grade team. And so I've kind of now seen them from 7th, 8th, and I believe there's 7, if I did a count, I'm pretty sure 7 of them were on my 7th grade team all the way up, and they're still here to the day. And like I said, we have 13 seniors. 4 of them are our managers this year. But it's, just as far as working out, like, shifting and being flexible. And I always say, if you're not versatile in your position, you're going to find yourself on the bench. And a lot of these girls are just, some are in the same roles, but others are just learning how to work with each other too. So a lot of times people from the outside will be like, oh, they're set. You returned so many of the players that were on varsity last year, but it's not as easy as that, especially like I mentioned earlier, when you're adding a new setter and actually 2 new setters, because Aaliyah didn't really set last year, and then with Ashton Oliver coming on too. So it's just going to take us, kind of working through some of that. They've been working hard. They went to Branson, did well at the Branson camp this summer. They did a little summer camp thing with some of the local schools here, Union, Jinx, Bixby, and competed well in those scrimmages. We've already had a few scrimmages here. I know they have their first tournament. I want to say the first tournament is next weekend.
That will be the Norman tournament coming up.
Yes. There you go. So we'll see, because there's going to be good competition at that. I believe actually at our last scrimmages they did lose to Norman in one of our scrimmages, but new day, move on, work out the kinks that did or did not work before.
Well, you remember last season, this Broken Arrow team got off to a 1-3 start.
Yep, I remember.
It was to some of the private schools, the smaller classes like Bishop McGuinness, Mount St. Mary. They were able to pick up wins over Broken Arrow to start the season, and it kind of got off to a rocky start to the point where things had to change.
Yeah.
And Coach Bowen had to change the rotations and what it all looked like. And that change ended up sparking a whole new season for Broken Arrow after that point, and finished with a final record of 29-9 last year. So you can see how 3 losses in the first 4, and then suddenly you only get 6 the rest of the way. That's really impressive. The changes really matter.
Oh, absolutely. And that's one thing that I, even just was saying just a few minutes ago, just as far as how you learn and you adapt. Last year we went to a 5-1. Instead, we started off with a 6-2, which is 2 setters, 6 available hitters, and then we went to moving Boswell, that she did the front row setting. And Aaliyah is such a great defender as well, and then was such a threat in that right side defense, and it just made sense. And she constantly would get those right side back row attacks, and just the way that she swings and her angle, and we've talked before, just as her jumping ability and height, and sometimes it throws it off for the other team. And so that's one thing that we were able to work out pretty well last year.
Emerson Metter just picked up a kill in the midst of our conversation. 2-1, and there's a block by Emerson Metter, make it 3-1.
Always one of the strengths of Emerson. I love watching her block. She has really good timing. She really watches the hitter and adjusts accordingly to the different speeds of the middles.
I bet Coach Coffey over in the girls basketball program would love to have somebody that can block some shots like that. And this time it's Owens.
Can say the same thing about Aaliyah. Her ability to get over that net and the way she presses her block and really pushes over the net is flawless.
Serve from Six Killer finds the net. So it'll go back Bishop McGuinness's way. Parham Karen will serve it. Shanahan, Oliver, Taylor. Ball finding its way over to Yappy. Owens keeps it up. Taylor sets it, and Owens tries to go off speed, but the defense there ends up going into the net.
Yeah, you could see her body language. She immediately regretted as soon as she did that, because she saw the hole at spot 2, which is just on the right front of the opponent's court, but she just brought her hand down a little too quick.
Service error sends it to Broken Arrow, and Kelsey Patton on the floor now.
Amelia Mertz checked in for Bishop McGuinness, number 12. And Shanahan back to serve for BA.
Serve goes wide. That was another talking point last year that we'll see how this team adjusted to this season, was the service errors. There was many times this season where you could see the frustration on Coach Bowen's face with the service errors, and just trying to get out of your own way has been a problem sometimes.
Yep. We'll see them practicing when we're practicing. We're on the opposite sides of the gym here, and all of a sudden, all the varsity players go past my court, and I'm like, oh, they must be serving. They must be getting in trouble. But we do a fair amount of serving and serve-receive practice, obviously, for reasons, because it's half the game.
Right.
And sometimes it's just, little reach there by Ash. I think Shanahan was going to try and scoop that up, but that's a hard play for the opposite or the outside hitter when they're making that short defense to make a split-second decision. Do I go for it or let it go? And that one didn't work in our favor.
Abby Ash over to Kelsey Patton. Ball moving around to Yappy. Six killer. Owens and Ashlyn Taylor. Good job to at least get underneath it by Kuneth, but nobody able to help her out. And a point for the Tigers.
Great cross swing there by Ash. Haley Roble checking in for BA, going back to serve, and Maddie Hammer coming in to play outside.
So on the floor now for Broken Arrow, it's Roble, Hammer, Shanahan, Owens, Ash, and Patton. An ace. No, just out. Boy, that looked good from up here.
Well, it's the one thing interesting about this court. We have this little, like, the white is just on the inside a little bit, and so sometimes it'll hit that beige, and you're like, wait a minute, that was part of the court, and you're like, no, it's not.
Just barely missed it. It's
would have been a great spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great pass by Haley Rope. You'll notice a lot of our hitters are targeting that setter corner, so that right back corner, obviously, because they're going to try and transition. So it's a great spot for hitters to target, so it takes them and puts them what we call out of system. So somebody else has to take that second ball. So you can see multiple times both our middles and our right sides are trying to target that area.
Ella Heron scores for the Irish, evening it up at 7. Roble on the service receive, finds its way to Owens. Now McGuinness, stopped by Roble. Owens, Abby Ash, too much on it.
It was a great swing, though. I would always say that's what we call a good miss. She really is good about her placement of the ball. Abby Ash is. She was trying to go that line, but just had a little too much power behind it on that one.
Kelsey Patton gets it down and gets a point up.
Again, that's that rotation we were talking about with the benefit of Abby being in the front row, and Aaliyah can swing back row so she can do serve-receive on that ball. Just saw two really good plays out of that position.
Yappin keeps it up. Moving over to the other side. Parham Karen. Saved by Roble. Now Hammer. And a point for Bishop McGuinness.
They'll call that a lift, and basically it's just your arm position of where it's at. Maddie was Hammer. She had her arm just to the back of her shoulder, and if you do that, it's considered a throw. We call it a throw, but a lift from a reffing standpoint.
Serve way too strong. Another change for Broken Arrow brings on Ashton Oliver. Still tied up here, 9-9. An ace right off the jump for Oliver.
Little miscommunication in that serving seam between number 3 and 10 on Bishop's side of the court, and Ashton, sorry, took advantage of it.
It's going to take some adjusting for you and me.
Well, I'm used to their nicknames, too, because half of these girls are my daughter's best friends. I'm used to calling them their nicknames.
Ball moving around for McGuinness. Parham Karen. It's dunked on by Owens.
Yeah, that's a little airtime that Aaliyah has when she goes up the block. It looks like she's coming down, but her arms stretch up just enough to keep that ball into play. Great spot for her.
One of the most talented players, not just in the senior class, but across the state of Oklahoma. And high expectations for her this season, and excited to see what all she can accomplish this year.
Yeah, she's a great kid, too. Great team player. The girls really, really, really respect her, have a lot of love for her. So that makes it great when you have a leader on your team on your side of the court. That's like there. Even just now, she's like, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. She just saw the bad hit that happened with her teammate, and Aaliyah's always the first to be like, no, shake it off, we're good. Keep focused.
Coach's kid as well, Amaya Owens
She
on the
is.
staff. Certainly helps when you live and breed volleyball.
Yes, very much so.
Maddie Hammers scores for Broken Arrow, a kill.
Great line shot by Maddie. Opened up her shoulders well and went right down the line. Sarah Six coming in to serve. Ashlyn Taylor as well for outside.
Slowed yourself down.
I
there a
did. You
little
heard
bit.
me. I know. Guilty.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm going to be doing it too. Ball sent over by Bucklew.
Great pickup by Emerson. Oh, man. I'm not sure what that was right there. But
Broken Arrow picked it up and put it down. Metter able to get the Tigers a point. It's now 13-10.
That's when we're at coach was like, don't play ping pong. Don't play that game. You know, but Ash and Emerson were able to keep that ball alive.
Parham Karen right in the middle of the defense. Miscommunication between Six Killer and Shanahan on the backside.
Yep, and that's that sophomore girl they mentioned would be a big player on their team, number 10, Melinda Parham Karen, who is also back to serve right now.
Six Killer on service receive. It gets over to Ashlyn Taylor and just got pancaked underneath it. Well done by McGuinness. And now moving it around to Metter. Broken Arrow still trying to find that window of opportunity to score. Shanahan. Owens pushes it. And the whistle.
I don't know. I'm still stuck on the fact that you called that a pancake. Nice job. Look at you learning.
I have learned enough in the last year of being here that I've picked up on some things.
It was an awesome pancake by their setter, and they almost thought it wasn't valid, but the refs didn't call anything, so always play to the whistle.
Metter swings hard, but it's stopped once again. It was Fuller on the pancake earlier, Fuller on the stop there, and now the Tigers get their point.
Yeah, that was a little revenge on Emerson's part. She didn't like that last call on the half of what happened with Aaliyah there. She's going to put it down on the next play. You could see it in her face. The way she's clapping her teammates' hands going down the bench right now. I love it.
14-12 now. Olivia Shanahan to serve. A little bit of a scramble from McGuinness to get that over. And now Aaliyah Owens fires it off the defense. And a score for Broken Arrow again.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an off. Leah was a little off the net there with her swing, and the block were already coming down, so that worked to our favor. She was able to tool right off of the blocker's hand.
Shanahan can't keep it in.
That's unlike Shani. She always does. She's usually a pretty efficient server for us, so she's had a few misses tonight, unfortunately, but just the way she's contacting the ball on the inside is just making it spin out to the right.
Shanahan on serve receive, and there will be
net violation.
a net violation.
Pointing down, so technically he was calling the center line violation, which is true. Had a little too much what we call drifting on our block, so we're kind of still moving. Instead of going straight up and down, we were drifting.
Sent over to Yappy, and right in between the defense, but it goes out.
Yeah, that one is a little questionable to me. I actually thought I saw a touch on that, but it might have just went straight through the block, and it definitely was out. I saw that, but apparently there was no question down there, so
Officials will stand by it.
Leah Owens back to serve.
Yappy will put that one down. No question about that one.
Well, it was a great play, too, because she had just passed, and it looked like she was pulled back and serve receive. We would call that a cross. It's a specific play where she kind of came into the inside, the middle position, and the middle was on the outside when technically Yappy is the outside hitter. So it's just a great crossover move.
Ashlyn Taylor has to just send it over. McGuinness over, and now Owens, Taylor saved up. Well done. Now Yappy's scrambling over to get to it.
Yeah, she's got speed. She made that over pretty darn quick.
Great placement by the Tigers. 17-15.
It was earlier in the season, well, earlier this summer, I should say. This is the start of the season, but earlier in the summer, Leah was talking about wanting to perfect that over on 2, the set, back to that left corner, which we call position 5, and she did a great job right there. Haley Roble had a great serve, start us off.
Roble sets up Hammer now. Hammer fires across the defense. Now setting Yappy. Ball just dumps over Broken Arrow, and now Roble's going to have to just flick it on over. Scramble from McGuinness. Both sides in trouble, but it's McGuinness that gets the point. Coach Bullen has his finger in the air. He thinks there was more to that play.
That was a great save by their setter, Bishop McGuinness setter, number 8, Abby Bucklew. She pulled that up and kept that play alive.
Conversation with one of the judges on the outsides.
I think they're determining if it was outside the antenna, which is honestly just a really hard call for that decide to see. I knew the fans wanted it to be called a certain way, but they were arguing whether it was outside that antenna.
And now Aaliyah Owens going over for a quick explanation.
You were talking about a little bit about the summer and what some of the teams were doing, and both teams, both their coaches, well, obviously I know what BA was doing, but even Bishop talked about the upperclassmen putting on camps this summer for the youth in the area, and so we had several of grades 4 through 6, and then we had a middle school camp that we put on, and she said it was really, the Bishop McGuinness coach was just talking and saying it was really great to just see the upperclassmen take ownership of that and really love on the local youth. So it's one thing that's a fun part that we have in the summer times that we get to do.
Broken Arrow does that here, like you had said, and it's awfully busy around here when that happens. There's kids everywhere, volleyballs everywhere, a lot of noise inside the event center, especially in the summer. That's when it's supposed to be quiet around here. It never really rests.
We don't have a break in volleyball. Well, I'm not sure what the calls were, but Bishop McGuinness won that call, so we are back to receive on BA side. Point for McGuinness. Yappy back to serve.
Hammer shoots it too low, so 17-17, evened up again. Owens on serve receive. Ash, Hammer.
She took care of that one. Great set by Abby Ash, pushing it out to the outside. Middle swapping out, so Kelsey Pelton back to serve.
Probably a little relief there from Maddie Hammer. She had one that earlier fired well wide of the court, and a little frustrated with herself after that one. And gets one into the net there just moments ago, and finally able to score a point and get the kill she's been looking for.
Yeah. Again, like I was talking about, just adjusting to new setters. Technically, when Abby's taking a set there, we have the hitters are hitting off of 3 different setters, and that's hard because now we got 3 different kinds of releases off the setter's hands, or position of the ball or height of the ball, and so it's something to adjust, and I think we'll do a better job as we go through the season here. It's one of those things that I anticipate us having to work out. Just outside that line on the end line.
Another change for Broken Arrow. Ashton Oliver back on the floor.
I do think that ball was out, but there's some controversy going on here in the arena regarding that play.
Nobody ever agrees with the officials. Parham Karen able to somehow get it in the middle of the Tiger defense. Got a little help from a tip block, and it's 19-19 now.
Merritt Fuller checking in for Bishop. And back to serve.
Set number 2 here in the first matchup of the season for Broken Arrow. Class 6A runner-up in 25, going up against the 2025 Class 5A champions, Leah Owens with a kill.
Kind of like we were talking about the serves, hit that tape and just roll off. That's what her shot just did there, but it worked in our favor, of course. Again, very hard to defend from an opponent standpoint. Sarah Six-Killer back to serve for BA.
Quick touch is rejected by Broken Arrow.
Yeah, that's a hard play to make. The middle, number 5, Laporta, she took the serve receive pass, and then it was a quick one ball, so that's a quick transition to make for that setter. A little more effective there because she didn't make the first pass, but that's hard to do.
Better, Oliver, now Ashlyn Taylor. Stopped by Yappy, but eventually Broken Arrow gets their point.
Yeah, that was a great actual up by Yappy. I just think there was a slow transition on that part to make something happen, but it was a good playable ball.
Strategically for Broken Arrow coming into this one, game plan partially was centered around the middle blockers for Bishop McGuinness, and seeing that, at least in the film that Coach Bowen had been looking at, they didn't use their middle blockers a whole lot, and here in this previous stretch of maybe a minute or two, they've gone to them.
I think they had 5 of the 6 balls went to their middle, and like I said, it could be, I'm not sure the setter, if she was one of their main setters last year. I see that she's a junior, and so some of that's just, again, just working out what works and what does not work, the speed of your middle, and if that's something that's going to be a game play for you, then they're going to have to use, the middle's going to have to be more versatile in which way she directs that ball, especially when you have somebody like Emerson, like I said earlier, just really reads the hitter well and puts up a pretty strong block. So it's probably not going to be their best use right this moment, and I'm sure that's probably what the coach was talking about a little bit in there.
Six-Killer to serve again. Yappy receives it. Laporto over. Nice job by Oliver to get underneath it. And too many touches.
Yeah, one too many one-handers right there. Ashton Oliver had a great great dig. It's always been one of her strong suits. She really pursues the ball well when she's in defense. But we had a few too many throwing one-hammers.
Oliver sets up Metter. A lot of speed on that one, but McGuinness able to keep it alive until Yappy sends it to the net.
Well, we're even now. One of us, both their setters just had a really good play, and our outsides made a mistake, and it happened to both sides now. So we got that out of our system on both sides.
Another timeout called by Laurel Church. 23-20, Broken Arrow leads. We'll take a quick commercial break here before the end of set number 2.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Back inside the BA Event Center, set number 2. Tigers leading 23-20. Broken Arrow Volleyball starting out their season here tonight. School year starts tomorrow, so got to go to bed pretty early tonight.
I'm ready. I got 5 kids. It's time to get back to school. Let's do this. Jungle Squad out here today for us, all in their Hawaiian shirts because it's Hawaiian night.
Shanahan serves it. Fuller sets it and unable to get to that one. Ashton Oliver tried to pull off a second save for BA.
That's another we were just talking about earlier. I was saying that's a great move on Bishop McGuinness's part. They have, we would call that a stack, where that outside comes behind the middle and almost blocks her from view, and they executed that well.
Owens strikes it hard. Kept up by Laporto, and now Yappy over. Oliver has time to set. Six-Killer from the back. Kept up again by McGuinness. Now Yappy. Shanahan. Oliver against Six-Killer. Goes right back over. Just boomerangs back to BA. Patton, it's blocked. It'll be a point for the Tigers.
That's one thing. You're just talking about changes too. Sarah Six-Killer played a lot of outside for us last year too, and she's mainly finding herself in the back row right now. But again, it's an effective position for her because she is not afraid to hit from anywhere on the court. She's never been afraid since she was in 7th grade. She just will swing from anywhere. So, little superpower. Great pickup by Ash on that setter dump.
Abby Ash sends it over. Now to Yappy, blocked, kept up. And a scramble results in a set 2 victory for Broken Arrow. 25-21. Tigers leading by 2 sets now on the 5A state champions of last year. They'll see if they can keep it rolling as set number 3 comes up in just a moment.
Oh, I got my order wrong.
This is me, Jessica. And this is
Jessica?
not my coffee. And my friend said, oh, wait, Quick Trip. And she said, you don't have to tell me your name. Please, serve yourself. And I was all, oh, then this happened.
Yeah, someone stole my drink.
That's how I learned Quick Trip has lattes on tap. And I will never have to tell a barista my name again. Quick Trip, raise your coffee bar.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Hey Tigers, get the only card that donates to Broken Arrow Public Schools every time you use it. TTCU Federal Credit Union has donated more than $360,000 so far. Support the Tigers with your card today.
Set number 3 now just moments away here at Broken Arrow High School. The Tigers in front, 2-0 on Bishop McGuinness. Dylan Rivera here with Kelly Schondelmeyer. Season opening match. A lot of excitement building for this season. Obviously the expectations, as I said at the start of the broadcast, are high. This team, really tight-knit group. They all seem to get along. Everybody seems to be having fun. We had media day today, and I got out here for just a little while, and everybody was all smiles and just having a good time with it. So I think this team, with their attitude that they have, their aggressiveness on the court, there's a lot of potential here for what could come down the road for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'd already mentioned just as far as the leaders on the team, when you have somebody so positive as Aaliyah Owens, Haley Roble, Abby Ash, I mean, I could name a bunch of them. They're just so positive. And I think that really makes a difference from the camaraderie and how they rebound from their mistakes. And I'm already seeing that. Like I said earlier, Aaliyah looked at Maddie and was like, it's no big deal. Let's move on. We're good. And when you have that kind of body language, people rub off on that. And I think that's going to be a game changer for us to keep that up. And we got to make sure, this is always the case for any teams, as you were mentioned and just said, we start school tomorrow. And so when people start getting busier and, you know, the schedules all start and people get tired, and we're going to have to like make sure we combat the tiredness with not affecting attitudes. And so I don't think that'll be an issue for us because, like I said, they're just a lot of them are just genuinely always happy people. And so you'll see smiles, they're all laughing, you know, Kelsey's down there dancing, you know, they just have a good time together. It's going to be a fun season. I
definitely feel that just from being around the office here. Obviously, for those of you that don't know, our ArrowVision office is right here in the event center. So I typically, walking in and out throughout the spring, was greeted by the volleyball team in the lobby area. And they would often talk to me, and we'd be able to have some conversations. So I've gotten to know a lot of these girls that are on the team. And, boy, they are a great group, a lot of fun to talk to. And like you said, just happy people. It always seems like there's a positive attitude and a positive energy about them. And as long as that translates onto the floor and you can still stay aggressive but have that positive energy, there's a lot of success that should come out of that.
Yeah, Bolin does have to get on to them sometimes because of their dance outbreaks, but otherwise, aside from that, it's pretty good.
We mic'd up Coach Bolin earlier this summer, and I had said something to Maddie Hammer at one point. I think in every shot that I had of Coach Bolin, Maddie Hammer's dancing in the background.
Yeah, that does not surprise me at all.
Fuller sets up Laporto as we begin set number 3. Owens scores for the Tigers. Another kill for the senior.
That worked out to our benefit on that one. I'm not sure if they were told to stay, but I know for sure they didn't have time to transition, so Aaliyah stayed on the outside, and I don't think the block on Bishop's side read that well, and she was able to get the kill.
In your experience, how difficult is it as a player to try to focus on the game and what's happening with the actual ball, but then also focus on your rotations and where you need to move?
Well, rotations is one of my strengths, honestly, as a coach. So there'll be a lot of times that even like JV coach, whatever, she's like, am I good? Am I good? You know, are we in position? But those kind of things are usually communicated. That may have been, I wasn't really honestly paying attention to that, but I saw earlier in the previous sets. But in that particular set, that I saw Maddie kind of look and realize she wasn't transitioning, and Aaliyah just stayed. So I do think that they were just planning to make that happen. So as long as there's good communication, it's not usually too hard. More mature players, you know, you see that being an issue more when you're freshmen. I make an expectation for my girls, and so we practice that in practice, and you'll hear me call different kind of serve-receive rotations, black, gold, and they'll just switch. So they're getting on. Quick serve by 6. Bishop wasn't quite ready for that one. But anyway, just I think it's like a maturity thing. So usually at the varsity level, you don't really have that as an issue.
Quick off-speed point from Taylor, and it's now 4-0 here in set number 3.
Yeah, again, just attacking that setter corner, making her play defense, which she's done a pretty good job tonight on Bishop McGuinness's part.
Fuller sends it over quickly. Now 6-killer sets up Taylor. Stopped by Kunith. Now 6-killer Oliver, 6-killer from the backside. And a point for the Tigers again.
We lucked out on that one. That was a little bit of an overshot by 6, but their defense reached their hands. That was definitely sailing out, but one of those probably situations where she couldn't get out of the way in time.
Tigers are rolling here. Another point for Broken Arrow as it goes over the scores table.
Yeah, that girl tried to get out of the way, and unfortunately she backed into the net, which is an automatic side out for, or not side out, but point for us in that regard.
6-0, nearly 7-0, but McGuinness keeps it up.
Great slide set by Ash. Went back to Emerson. Great play right there.
And one thing that's really crucial there for Metter is to get her hand on the outside of the ball and get her shoulder all the way around, because you fire off the middle or off the side of that, it's firing out.
Yeah, that's the one thing that's good when there's a good pass like that and you can do a slide, which for those that may not know volleyball, it's when the middle is going to the back side of the setter and comes off on the right side. Their footwork is left, right, left, and they turn on that left. Oh, great spot for Aaliyah. But it's really effective for somebody like Emerson, who's super strong, because then it gives her an advantage of hitting to that back corner. So she's getting an extra 6 feet of play if she aims for that corner, and that's exactly what happened. And they had a hole in the block on that particular play.
Tigers block an attempt from McGuinness and make it 8-0 here. What a run this Tiger team is off to here to start the set. It's been phenomenal from the Tigers all night long. Really, the effort up front in attack and in defense has been so strong, but now here in this third set, it feels like it's all coming together.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny, we were talking in the break just as not even knowing the score. I had no clue it was 8-0. I'm just sitting here talking about what's happened on it, but they've definitely taken that momentum and came out with a statement to be made.
Tigers' next matchups, as you said, will be the Norman tournament this weekend, and Norman's got a lot of talent on that roster. Just picked up a victory here tonight at their home floor. And volleyball season you're already almost knee deep in it.
Yeah. I know people always forget. They're like, you guys have already played? I'm like, yeah, we've been playing for, I mean, not a ton of games yet, but we always start before school starts.
Fuller sets up Parham Karen. And too far, it's out.
Another controversial play. The fans definitely want a touch call on that.
9-0 now. Serve from 6-killer. Kunith keeps it up. Laporto's blocked, and another one for Broken Arrow.
Bishop that tried to run it wasn't quite a slide. It's probably more what we call an A, which is just behind the setter's head. But again, you had Emerson's hands right in the way.
Can't imagine there were too many times in this last calendar year that Bishop McGuinness was down 10-0 in a set. Make it 11-0. Laporto misfires as she tried to set up on the backside.
Yeah, just got her hands up a little too late, spun off the backside. A lot of times for setters, we say their thumbs are pushing through, and I think that's just what happened right there. She was trying to do a fastball.
Fuller, Laporto, nice off-speed dump, and there's the first point of the set for Bishop McGuinness, 11-1.
That was a great ball position on their middle. Number 10 back to serve for Bishop.
Parham Karen gets it over quickly. Oliver, Taylor, Kunith, Fuller, Yappy. And Shanahan gets a touch to it, but it goes careening off into the distance. A point for the Irish.
Yeah, she is definitely, Yappy is definitely a force to be reckoned with here on the Bishop side, no matter where she's at on the court. She just has so much speed, so she creates a lot of fast tempo, which can throw off our blockers a little bit.
Ace for Parham Karen. One thing even just sitting up here that's going to be noticeable, at least against this Bishop McGuinness side, maybe against some of the other 6A schools it may not be as noticeable, but just the size on the Broken Arrow side. It's going to be tough to beat them when they've got such long arms and can jump out of the gym.
Agreed. They definitely have the height, comparatively speaking, to a lot of teams, so that plays into a positive for us. Shanahan back to serve for BA.
Kunith, Fuller, Yappy. Quick point back for Bishop McGuinness.
That was one thing the coach had mentioned about Yappy. She just really stays super calm during stressful situations. That was exactly her words. She's just, and you can see that happening here. They might be down by a lot, but she's acting like it's no big deal.
It's yeoman's work. You just keep after it.
A little miscommunication on their part.
Oliver, Patton tried to get over the net with it. Couldn't do so, and Patton and Oliver are going to have a quick conversation. Looked like Oliver had said that was my bad, but
yeah,
maybe was asking, how would you like to receive that one?
Yeah, she knew it was a little off the net too much. Kelsey needs him a little bit closer for the play that they were trying to run.
Shanahan, Oliver, Owens across the defense to Fuller. Another miscommunication by McGuinness. Doesn't hurt him this time. Shanahan all the way across the court. Owens can't get it over the net. Maggie Laporto to serve. Shanahan sends it right back at Bishop McGuinness. Now Yappy lets it go. Good read by Shanahan.
I was going to say, she wasn't quite into position, but she at least ran the ball out, so she knew it was heading. Abby Ash coming in, front row, right side for BA. Aaliyah Owens back to serve.
Owens, 6-killer. Shanahan, Taylor, Ash, and Patton on the floor for BA. Appy comes up from the backside and pushes it down hard. And Aaliyah Owens, speaking of too hard, there it is.
She's got such long arms, though, so you've got to extend. She's got to take a little bit of that strength off. She's kind of joking it back there. She knows what she did. But that was a great dig by Shanahan. We actually caught that play that I've been talking about that they're running with Yappy. She made a great dig on that, but we weren't able to execute.
That ball's in right in front of the McGuinness bench. Tigers scoring another one. It's Kelsey Patton, who just barely ducked that in.
Yeah, that's a great spot. I think they thought it was going out, so they didn't even go for it. And that's when you guys coaches are like, run every ball out of bounds. Haley Roble just checked in. She's back to serve, as well as Maddie Hammer for the outside.
Good dig by McGuinness, and Roble can't match it on the far side.
Yeah, just enough touch on that block that kind of changed the trajectory of the ball, and Haley wasn't able to adjust to that. Number 10 coming in for Bishop.
(14-8) now. Roble Patton with a quick reaction, a little smile. I don't think she really was ready for it, but got it over.
That was cute. She smirked.
And a point for McGuinness as they're able to block the attempt from Hammer.
Here's that rotation I was talking about where Aaliyah can be back into serve receive. Abby Ash takes the first set. Front row setter. Look for them to maybe set Aaliyah back row even.
Ash sets up Patton.
Yeah, Patton won that one. She was calling for it.
Patton to Owens. Now back to Patton. It's blocked by McGuinness. Owens keeps it up. Shanahan over to Hammer. Backside Yappy.
Oh, she was under the net. Yep, I
There's
called that
the
one
call.
right away.
You were ready on it.
I was like, that's sending her a little too close to the net. And sure enough, her whole foot went over the center line.
It was Bucklew who was trying to get to it and set up Scout Lee O'Neal. Tigers with a 6-point lead here, 15-9. Miscommunication there, or just a miss-hit from Yappy, but Tigers get one back.
Yeah, I think that's her first shanked ball. She's been pretty tough in serve receive on that, so might have just been a misread on the distance of the ball. Kelsey does have a way of letting that rainbow drop, which she just did again.
And what a play from Hammer. It popped right back up in front of her, and she sent it right back down.
Always a hitter's dream when that comes not too far off the net where you're not going to screw it up, but you don't have not too close where the coach is going to say you should play defense first and swipe it. Perfect place ball by Maddie.
Ball goes all the way across the net. Back over to McGuinness. Metter, Roble and Owens both calling for it.
Oh my
Patton's
goodness,
underneath
Kelsey.
it. And now Owens over the net. McGuinness trying to find something, and now they're in some trouble. A point for Broken Arrow.
That was probably the sloppiest, the sloppiest rally that has ever happened. That was so cute, though. Kelsey on her knees, popping her hand up to be able to keep that ball into play.
18-9.
Usually when the coach is on the side, clean it up, clean it up, clean it up.
O'Neal too strong. Door is still cracked for McGuinness to survive here, but boy, it is starting to close quickly. And McGuinness with no chance to get that over the net. Another one for Broken Arrow.
I think this is those moments that when you graduated that many and you only had 5 returning, again, they're just learning what's going to work and who can make a play, and I think they're just getting caught up a little bit. Because, again, there's really great things happening on both sides of the court. But on the McGuinness side, it just seems like they're unraveling just a little bit here and not able to get it out. You can see Yappy just bringing her team together there and just saying, hey, let's focus, giving some claps to say, guys, we can still do this. But Kelsey definitely taking advantage with her serve right now. Great pass by the libero, back row.
Yappy gets it over, and Roble just a little late getting underneath it.
She plays it off well in practice. I swear, she's like one of the ones that it's up, it's up, it's up, and so everyone's like, okay, I guess I'm supposed to play it. She did a great job there because I think they thought it was up, and it almost ricocheted off of Abby Ash to play it, make a playable ball.
Kunef on the serve, and Maddie Hammer to Kunef.
Back row attack again, Yappy. Oh, met by a nice block by Emerson on that one.
And too far for McGuinness. 22-10.
Oh, that's my freshman checking in here. Cammie Ward, number 44. The team's going crazy for her.
I know the expectations are high for her. They talked about her in the preseason with me and said she can hit the ball and hit it hard.
She's got a cannon on her for sure. You know, and again, some of that's just going to be new freshman energy, controlling it. That's what I talked to her a lot about even today when she played for us. Just really controlling that momentum. A strong swing is not always the smart swing, and she's learning that, but very much loved by them. You saw the excitement there. That was cute.
23-10. This one is very close to over, but McGuinness not out of it yet. Trailing by 13 in set number 3. Broken Arrow trying to close the door. We'll take one last commercial break here, and hopefully the Tigers slam that door shut when we come back.
While you are teaching someone special the nuances of keeping the wheel steady, we can provide you means for you to maintain financial equilibrium. First National Bank of Broken Arrow. First people put people first.
Set number 3 just about to come to a close. A little spillage on the floor.
Spillage, sweat. Not sure. Emerson was taking care of it, though, so it probably means that was hers. So she was doing her due diligence.
Serve from Oliver. Parham Karen. Oliver gets underneath it. Roble. Laporto, excuse me. Hammer.
Oh, great
Yappy.
stretch by Yappy back there. Keep that ball alive.
Karen is blocked, and a point for Broken Arrow.
Yeah, there's no touch, actually, so that was going to be our ball no matter what. Is below the tape.
So this is it here. Match point 24-10. Can the Tigers slam that door? Serve from Ashton Oliver. Is up. Kunith. Far side, Shanahan gets underneath it. Oliver to Ward. Now Kunith. Parham Karen. Right up against the net. A touch from Oliver. Dunked back over. Oliver. Hammer. And that's it. Broken Arrow, 3-0 over Bishop McGuinness in the season opener. 25-10 to close things out.
I'm not going to say I called that one, but I did already write down 25-10 before the play happened. Had some great stretch there. Ashton Oliver in that final rally had some great saves off that net, super close overpass balls, and she kept that alive for the team to come out and make the win.
Always feels good to get a win. Feels really good to get a home win. Feels really, really good to get a season opening home win, especially over a talented team like McGuinness. We mentioned it, 2025 state champions in 5A. Broken Arrow, the 6A runner-up. But they look like they are on the path to success again this year. So many talented players back this year from that championship-bound team last year. And they are looking to finish it off the right way this year.
Yeah, I had a lot of people, even as I was coming up to the booth tonight, was like, how's varsity? How's varsity? I'm like, they're on the other side of the court. I don't see them unless they're running past me because they did something wrong. I don't know. But I said, I don't actually know. I haven't been able to see them. So this was honestly one of the first times I've been able to see them this season. And, obviously there's some certain things I can identify that we need to work on and just adjust. But lots of versatility in the placement of our sets, the way that they're positioning for serve receive, great swings. I'd like to see a little bit more versatility in some of our hitters in the placement of it. But overall, they're an aggressive defensive team. You got Shani in the back. You've got Haley. When Aaliyah's back there, Ashton Oliver as a setter, they're both great defenders. So great positive things. I'm excited to see what happens this season.
I think one thing that I was really impressed with was the defense at the net. A lot of blocks here tonight, a lot of outstretched hands getting in the way and just really causing problems for McGuinness. I think Metter was crucial in that. Aaliyah Owens got a lot of blocks tonight as well. That could be a very key piece to the puzzle this year.
Oh, absolutely. And there wasn't even like a ton of touched blocks, they were down, or it was like really hard, aggressive blocks that made it easy for when it ricochets to do something with it still. And that's expected because of Aaliyah and Emerson and just the power that they have behind the ball when the other hitters hitting. And like I said, Yappy down here was killing it. She was no joke. The coach said she was a player to be watching for, and I can see that. And I think they're going to have things to work out this season. And she just said it's just going to take time. You come off of the high expectation of a 5A championship team and a new coach and all the things that come with that and graduating. So there's just so many things that play into it. So I think they're going to have a great season this year too. I expect them to make some dent, but super happy with our performance tonight.
Really, really good start for Broken Arrow, able to get a 3-set victory over Bishop McGuinness in the first matchup of the season. Really sets the tone for what's to come, and hopefully that momentum carries over from the volleyball court to the softball field, the cross-country races, the football field, everywhere in between. and into this new school year as we begin tomorrow here at Broken Arrow. Should be a great season, a great year. I'm excited about what's ahead for this Broken Arrow squad. It's a really, really talented group, as we've said all night, and I'm excited to see just from game 1 what it looks like in game 25 or 30.
Yeah, and at the end of the season, I'm not sure if you've already mentioned, but we have an outdoor game coming this year.
Do.
So there's going to be a lot of excitement and building up to that.
We will be getting a lot of publicity out there for this thing. It is going to be a monstrosity, but it is going to be the most beautiful monstrosity. It's going to be out there at the football field close to the end of the season. I believe it's October 8th, if I've got the memory serving me right.
Something like that,
It's around then. It'll be against Jinx. It'll be one to definitely make your way out to. It'll be the first time in the state of Oklahoma there will be an outdoor volleyball game at the high school level or college level or pro level. So that'll be really exciting to have here at Broken Arrow, and just speaks to the vision that not only Coach Bolin has for this program and what they want to do to build it up, but also the athletic department and what they are doing to back it up.
Yeah, I know. We got to get the word out because Nebraska's the only one that's ever done it before, and they had, record-breaking. So we've been talking about it. We need our football players, basketball players, and everybody to come out, and it's going to be pink out night for us. I know that already, our theme night, and so we're, definitely a lot of hype. Looking forward to that.
A lot of excitement for that. A lot of excitement for this season. Tigers picking up a victory in game 1. 3-0 over Bishop McGuinness. Again, Norman tournament coming up for the Tigers this weekend. We'll see how they fare in that one. Until we see you again, have a good night, everybody.